Hello, everyone.
That was a great earthquake.
All right, everybody. This is episode 1 of the group chat. The group chat features myself, Patrick Hughes, Tom Cat. Oh, what do you want to be called, Tommy? Tom Hawaii. You remember when Tom was Tom Hawaii? Bitch, Jordan, you remember that shit?
I remember. I don't know if they knew him then.
Yeah. You got Tyree, Jordan, and you got Hometown. This will be a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whenever we feel like dropping it, discussion on all things pop culture, hip-hop, culture, everything in between. Today's topics, we're going to start with the Michael Jordan doc. So the Michael Jordan doc, for those who don't know, I'll say it again, Patrick. The Michael Jordan doc, for those who don't know, was entitled The Last Dance. Recorded in 2020 by director Jason Heyer. This series revolves around the career of Michael Jordan, with a particular focus on his last season. It features exclusive footage from the film crew. It was a 10-part series, and they had all access to that 97-98 Chicago Bulls season when he repeated twice for his 6th and final championship. I'm like one of the biggest Bulls fans ever. I got my little snapback. You know what I mean?
That's the first time I heard that.
You know what I mean? Niggas don't know.
I was a Lakers fan.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, bro.
All right, cool. But how did y'all feel about the doc? Was that something that you knew, that you learned? Anybody want to start the conversation?
It was an amazing documentary.
That's it.
No, that shit was good as hell. But
That shit was amazing.
I guess it was weird to see like shit from when I was a jit, like see it again as an adult, because that shit didn't really register. Like for real like that. I remember him being like a huge celebrity for playing basketball, but I had no idea like any of the game specifics or any of that shit. Like I don't remember watching highlights for it like that. Like I remember seeing the shit, but I don't remember like they had like a Stuart Scott like actual highlight reel from the '98 shit that they had replayed. I was like, oh shit, like I don't remember any of that. But I think
the coolest. Oh yeah, well, I think one of the coolest things was like realizing like the people he competed against, and like how great of the seasons that they had until maybe they met this nigga in the finals. Like I didn't know Charles when he played against Charles Barkley in the finals. Charles Barkley won MVP. I didn't know when he played Karl Malone in the finals the first time. Karl Malone was the MVP of the season. Like I didn't know that. I thought every time Michael played in the finals, he was not only the finals MVP, but the season MVP. So, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. So that was cool to like see that shit too.
Yeah, I think it's crazy to see how many careers that he kind of like, or legacies he kind of halted just by him being great. Like Reggie Miller doesn't have a ring. You know what I mean? Charles Barkley doesn't have a ring, all because of Michael Jordan. Like that's crazy. Like they were phenomenal players that potentially could have had their own dynasty, but they just kept meeting up with him. Same thing with Patrick Ewing. Like
that Patrick Ewing shit was sad.
Like, he was like amazing.
Sad too,
yeah, that's why to me basketball is like that's all sports though, because like even I kind of parallel Patrick Ewing with like a Dan Marino. Like you know what I mean? Like y'all are great players, but just ran into these juggernauts, weren't able to get a chip. Like amazing statistically, but pulled it through.
I feel like everybody dealt with that shit until like that 94, 95. That was y'all year. That was y'all motherfucking year, bitch.
Yeah, here go y'all break.
It's y'all break, and then y'all had to deal with Shaq. But I mean, fuck it.
That shit is sad though. If you Patrick Ewing to lose at fucking he lost to Georgetown to that nigga.
Yeah.
And then lost again, kept seeing that.
Especially to that nigga.
That's terrible. And then this nigga said he's still shitting on him to this day.
I thought it was cool overall. Doc was a really cool experience, especially seeing it in this quarantine where like it's two Jordan. Jordan, it's two of you, right?
It is?
Yeah, it's two of you, cousin.
Nah, that's funny.
My Zoom crashed, so I put it on my phone. My bad, bro.
No, you straight. It's just funny. It's more funny.
In my backup Zoom.
You good.
There's one? All right.
Yeah. I think Jason Heyer, whatever his name is, I think he did a really, really good job I think Michael Jordan is like a really difficult topic to cover because like you could literally just be like, he's great, and then that's the whole doc. But I think he did a good job of like touching on things and giving context to things, like Pat was saying. I don't know, man. The one big thing I learned and I took away from him was like I didn't realize that Michael Jordan knew that he was Michael Jordan. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I didn't think that like when Reggie Miller in episode 10 was talking about, or episode 9, he was talking about how he would refer to himself as like Black Jesus, like the Black Cat. I didn't realize like Michael Jordan. I knew Michael Jordan was a jerk, but I didn't know that he realized he was like dominant for real.
He knew he was the nigga.
Yeah.
It was like holding that shit over niggas and shit.
Yeah.
I always thought that was something that we did in like later generations, like able to, I guess, recognize that you're creating history.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit cleared it up though. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this nigga did know. Like people are aware of their fucking greatness, even back before. Because the first person I remember just being the first person that comes to mind when I think of somebody being like unabashedly fucking aware of how great they are and telling everybody and don't give a shit what you think about it. The first person I thought was doing that shit was Kanye West, the way everybody acted about it.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, you're right. Now that you say that. But I don't think, like, even with Muhammad Ali, well, I guess he was aware that he was, like, the greatest, but was he going back based off of, like, the history of people before him, or was he just like, bitch, I'm the first one doing this shit?
But the thing with Muhammad Ali that was different is the fact that he had, like, humble aspect. Like, he was humanitarian. Like, he was a humble dude. He wasn't, like, a sociopath in terms of his craft. Like, like Michael Jordan and Kanye West don't show other interests. Like, Kanye West is just now starting to show interest in, like, humanity and people, but in his prime and in Michael Jordan's prime, it was strictly craft.
That's so funny.
You said what?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's why people don't really think about Muhammad Ali as being like of course we think he's like confident, but it never comes off as like blatant arrogance.
Like just arrogance and like asshole about this shit.
Yeah, because he spoke out about things that were selfless. Like Michael Jordan is a pure competitor. Like,
it's so funny that you say that because if Jordan like didn't play basketball, he would have to be in therapy. You know what I mean? Like his highly competitiveness, he's like very insecure. Like he's like
he takes things personal too.
Like, he takes
things that aren't personal towards him, he takes it personal.
Things that don't even exist. Things that don't even exist.
Oh yeah, because the dude from the Wizards.
Yeah, like nigga making up shit that people said or didn't say. Like him telling himself that, oh, this nigga said good game to me after he had a bad game. It's like, okay, bet. And then bust that nigga ass. It was like, I didn't say shit to you, nigga.
And he was like, they was like, he the MVP? Okay. All right. I was like, stop. Like, I guess it's cool in one aspect, but it's like, man, this motherfucker is mean as fuck. Like, like when I saw that nigga moving that bat with that cigar.
With a cigar?
I was like, this nigga's a demon, bro. This nigga's a demon,
He's a lunatic.
You know what's crazy? I like that though. Like that scene right there is fire, bro. That's why I like Kanye West, and that's why I like movies like There Will Be Blood. Like,
I wonder if that's gonna. I wonder what that's gonna do to people that we think are great now. If that's gonna internalize, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what are we gonna see from those people that might get that better in their back? Like, what are we gonna see from maybe LeBron when he come back out? You know what I mean? Or what are we seeing another player? You know what I mean in the NBA? You know, I don't know. I wonder what that's gonna do. It's gonna charge up a lot of niggas in the league now and be like, you know what? That shit that I was thinking when I first came to the league, that's how I'm gonna be for the rest of my career. Like, I'm trying to bust a nigga ass.
But it can ruin some players too, like Damian Lillard and John Wall. Like, y'all been doing that shit and it didn't work, bitch. You need to fucking stop, bitch.
Rudy Gobert is definitely getting traded now. Rudy Gobert is definitely out there now.
Yeah.
Man, it does make you think, and we've had this conversation off the group chat, but it does make you think about the importance of organization.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, I want to say, like, I'm never gonna vilify him. That's what the doc did, and I get it. But like every story needs a villain. I get that premise.
That nigga was the villain, bro.
He was a villain, bro. That's what I think I was looking for. I wanted to see how the team dismembered from '98 though.
I don't think he was a villain.
They gave him credit. Like after that I think it was the that last season. Like they was like, you know, and then I think it was the part when they was mentioning around like the parade. It was like we have to give him credit. Like he made the necessary moves to put this team together. You know, we kind of wouldn't be here if he didn't do that. But that whole, you know, the way that team was after the '98 championship, it was like Jordan. If Jordan say he want to play, like I want to play again, why is that team not together? You know what I mean? Like, how is I don't know. I just feel like if Jordan say he want to play, if LeBron say I want to play another year, I don't give a fuck what the GM say. They're gonna make sure they keep him around to play again.
It's like the Tom Brady shit that's going on right now, except these niggas wasn't already in the league for 20 years and maybe starting to show a little bit of a decline. They still the best, but they not the best. But it's like these niggas got that nigga out of there. Like they was honestly trying to get him out of there years before.
Yeah.
I think it started with Jerry Krause, though. It started with Jerry Krause because he started in the beginning of the season saying this is Phil Jackson's last year. So everybody just took it as like this the last year, this the last like go round. So like he set the tone for the season. I just want to know how did it actually play out like that. So that was crazy that a general manager come out and say something like that at the beginning of the season, or not even the beginning of the season at the All-Star break.
I think Jerry Krause's biggest mistake was timing. Because I think he's right in a lot of that stuff. Like, I don't think you bring back that team. As much as if we can already establish that Michael Jordan is a huge competitor, literally competitive if anything. So he's always going to say, I want to come back for a seventh. But a part of his legacy and a part of his, like, in my opinion, a part of his, like, the mythology of Michael Jordan is the fact that he never lost, right? Or when he lost, it wasn't on a huge stage. Like, do you think Michael Jordan is going to carry that team? Well, first off, Scottie Pippen's gone. Because Scottie Pippen didn't get paid, and he was.
But they all got traded.
Yeah,
they all got
Scottie
traded.
would have stayed though, bro. If they
would
have
stayed.
Scottie
would have
Jordan loved Pippen liked playing with Jordan, bro. Dennis Rodman best years was with the Bulls. Like they all would have stayed.
Yeah, but
Jordan was taking 1 year deals until '98.
Yeah, but his Dennis Rodman '98 season was his worst season statistically. So everyone's on a downhill, bro. Literally everybody.
I mean, the Lakers did good with Dennis Rodman after he left the Bulls. He wasn't like championship Dennis Rodman, but he I would say he still has some fight in him.
I feel like Michael Jordan wants somebody that's not.
You definitely got to start the rebuild, but I don't think you blow the team up. I don't think you announce at the beginning of any season that, hey, I'm gonna blow this bitch up.
Yeah, that's why I say timing was his worst. Like
because that Bulls team was non-existent for almost 10 years to like 07, 08.
Till Derrick Rose got there. I mean, of course you had, Ben Gore and Kirk Heinrich, but they didn't. I mean, it wasn't
like 10 years.
They were making a playoff.
It's not good. Yeah. They're not that at that point.
Yeah, Luol Deng.
Hey, don't sleep on Joe Kim.
I'm very happy to be here.
One thing I did learn is that, like, I felt like Dennis Rodman was cool as fuck, man.
That's a cool ass.
He may be crazy, but he was cool as fuck, man. He probably had one of the coolest lives in basketball.
Isn't it so weird how like we watching this nigga now, but it's like that's basically like every 2020 like celebrity right now.
Yeah.
Like Dennis Rodman is like the blueprint for every celebrity right now. Or
That shit is
these
crazy.
Like weird or cool ones.
That shit's
but
crazy.
He actually weird though. Like I feel like it's still.
I mean,
true.
He has the way he grew up was, it was weird. You know what I mean? Youngest of like all the sisters, and nigga was homeless. Mama kicked him out.
Yeah, it was really dope watching his 30 for 30 going into this shit.
Oh yeah. Because he didn't want to, his basketball wasn't his thing. He just
this nigga just
no training,
fucking 11 inches.
That's fucking crazy. Like, cool. He probably had one of the coolest lives in basketball, bro. Like,
I think who was also cool was Phil Jackson. I didn't know that too much about Phil Jackson when he was younger. So it was cool seeing that Dennis Rodman and Phil Jackson were like literally the same person.
The same person, and he was just like,
yeah.
well, I've been
acid, I know everything.
But that's a testament to even like how Phil Jackson was just like, yeah, he'll be back, he'll be all right, let him go. Like
I happen in 2020 with any player, like,
no.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you hear how they do by these niggas smoking weed, like they're not. It's not gonna be acceptable, and maybe it's because the performance don't match the offense.
It's the performance. It gotta be, bro.
Because honestly, why OJ Mayo out the league right now?
He probably was on hard drugs.
I think
it
was
hard drugs.
I think it was hard drugs.
But I mean, come on. What's you think Dennis wasn't on hard shit?
I know for sure he was.
Rodman is not OJ Mayo.
That's what I'm saying. It's the performance aspect. I mean, he ain't no scrub. He wasn't a bum, but he wasn't.
True.
He's saying he was next Jordan for a little bit. If y'all remember that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. When Jordan got into the league, these niggas was smoking at halftime. These niggas are smoking and drinking beer at fucking halftime. That's crazy. So it really is like the Flint Tropics on that movie, on that Will Ferrell movie. Niggas was
funny.
real till. And you talking about Jordan was playing against farmers. No, he was playing against fucking smokers and alcoholics.
That's worse.
That's worse.
Yes. Blue collar individuals.
I mean, like I said, I preempted with I'm a Jordan. I'm a Bulls fan. I like Chicago. I like Michael Jordan, but I also know that like that Utah series. I mean, if you look at it, what was it? It was tied at the third, and like they won. How many points they won by? Like 2 or something like that. They won by. What was it? 5? I think they won by 5 points. You know what I mean? So. And we think it was being like, I don't know. I like the moments because I didn't have context with those moments. Like I had the Brian Russell poster. I just didn't know what it meant to Chicago. But I do think it was a little bit closer than what
all them damn book fairs we used to go to in elementary school, and they had the little Michael Jordan picture books and shit. I used to pick all them shits up. I had no fucking clue what I was reading. Or looking at pictures of it. It didn't matter. Like it was cool to see the pictures and shit, but it's like I don't really know what's going on behind them for real.
And even watching the movie, I feel like we still don't get the full magnitude of how big Michael Jordan was, bro. It's like me trying to explain Lil Wayne to my kids, bro. Like they'll never feel.
The craziest thing was watching that last championship game. I remember watching that live. I was like 10 years old watching that shit, and I remember like going to the park, everybody was trying to do that fucking move, but it was pushing the shit out of people. You know what I mean? We like I'm with the 10 and up group. You know what I mean? And we you got
to play with these big ass 13-year-olds.
Yeah, but everybody was trying to do that, and it was crazy because if you had J's or whatnot, you was trying to play in your J's. I wasn't trying to play in my J's. My mom kicked my ass, but like. The sport kids were trying to play in their shit, or the ones that they wore last year, they were trying to play in them bitches. And it was like, everybody, like, we had the Boys and Girls Club in Belmont Heights. We were the Bulls, so everybody was trying to get the 23 jersey. Like, that shit was crazy.
You can't let nobody do that. As a coach,
what number did you end up with?
I got the 23 jersey at one time, and then other people were trying to get the 45 jersey. I remember the poorest time I ever felt as a child, bitch. Playing the game, a mama stopped the whole game and brought her son out he got game 13s. Put these on. And nigga literally put them shits. He was probably one of the trashiest kids on the team. But nigga, I remember I think I had the 23 jersey on at that time. It was like one of the little hood niggas on the side of the court. Saw my jersey like, nigga, you supposed to have them shoes on. Bitch, I felt poor as a motherfucker. Bitch, I don't know
that's how they do you, bro. That's how they do you, bro.
I think I had on Reeboks or something. I don't know what the fuck I had on, bitch. I was like, mama, we got to figure this out. This ain't it. But it was crazy seeing that again. And I was like, damn, like I literally remember seeing that shit.
You just felt poor all over again.
All over again, bitch. All over again.
Looking at the TV like, nigga, I should have had them on.
It was weird seeing that last game because it was like, I remember niggas' names that like I didn't realize I remember, like Hornacek. I remember Jeff Hornacek name all the fucking time. Orsa Tag and all them motherfuckers. Maybe because I used to collect basketball cards all the time when I was younger. So you start remembering niggas' names. You got to put in the cards up and shit. But it was very nostalgic, like seeing that shit. But I didn't know Karl Malone. Basically, he was playing like how Carmelo played without the three. Like he was spot up shooting that bitch. I thought he was just a back to the basket forward that just hook the shit over or muscle over and, turn around and score. Like, he was literally, all right, I'm going to do a quick dribble pull up. And I'm like,
like a thick Kevin Durant.
Like, I see why you won the MVP. Bitch, you're huge and you're scoring everywhere. Like, this motherfucker was scoring.
Do they make players like that, you think?
Make them better.
Not that solid. Not that
solid, bro.
Karl Malone is huge.
Kevin Durant,
Anthony Davis? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about in terms of build and ability.
I feel like your boy, the one nigga.
Workouts are too good now, so it's like nobody's ever gonna be that fucking like just stocky and shit. Like
I feel like Michael Beasley could have been like that, but I just nah.
They almost don't even want you to be that big anymore.
Not at all.
Because the game has changed so much.
That's like Zion if he can shoot consistently.
It would be like Zion, but they told Zion at 260, he's like, you can't even play at this weight. Like you can't do this.
He can't because his leg's so small. He not he not that.
Bro. That boy thick, bro.
I think it's just the fact that he jumps and he lands bad.
It's the Derrick Rose shit.
Yeah, okay.
To close out the doc, I do have a quick question for everybody in the group chat. Do you think it is still fair, after watching all 10 episodes, do you still think it's fair to compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan?
No.
I think it's fair.
It's fair.
I never did.
I mean, if you're willing to down that hill to LeBron better, I mean, it's an argument to be made, but it's an argument made that Jordan's the best, so.
Their careers aren't parallel.
I think absolutely that Jordan is now. I feel like Jordan is better, but you can make an argument for LeBron. It's not like this nigga's just completely like just knocked all the shit out the way.
Kobe's and LeBron's
you just have context to the argument now.
Kobe's and LeBron careers are more parallel because they both came out of high school. You know what I mean? So they both kind of dealt with the same challenges and you know.
Not really though, because LeBron started playing as soon as he got in the league. Kobe ain't had that luxury.
That's true. I mean, yeah, he came to the Lakers, which they wasn't necessarily a hot team in the 90s.
He came into the luxury. He came into the luxury for sure.
They were a nice team.
It was lit.
I know they wasn't like the Lakers of like the early 90s or like late 80s, but they were still quote unquote the Lakers. You know what I mean? Cleveland ain't really never been anything since the 80s. So I mean, I get that, but the fact that they both came out of high school, didn't play college like Jordan, you know, he played college. I don't know how many years he played. How many years did he play?
3, right?
I think 3.
3? Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, he went through that level of competition, which, you know, at the end of the day, it still does kind of help you mature your game a little bit more.
I think it's interesting to see the things that like all the shit that they said about LeBron and why he wasn't like ever gonna be as good as Jordan or why he wasn't Jordan and all this shit. And it's literally shit that Jordan did. It's just the fact that this nigga Jordan, he's 6 to know this nigga was winning. But absolutely,
that's the only difference in my opinion. That's the only difference.
Passing out of shots, like it's everything. Like taking, like maybe getting a little bit too tired or playing a little bit too hard, taking the game off because of a back or having to go out and like do a little bit of fucking like a little bit of rehab or some shit like that because he's injured from overexertion. Like this is all shit that happened. Like passing out of the last minute shots, missing free throws, like all this shit happened. And it was all explained in the doc. But will that go into the argument now? I don't know. For me,
I mean, that's literally the only difference between them two is the win percentage in on big stages. That's literally the only difference. Now, if this nigga LeBron was doing, if he had a better, I'm not gonna even say rings. I'm gonna just say because like it's a team effort. I mean, I guess it does boil down to rings, low key if you're talking about finals, because like Michael Jordan, when he get that big stage, he don't lose, bro. Like he just don't lose.
I think the biggest difference, honestly, like, and to look at it and draw it back in the macro sense, I think it's organization, man. I think when the Bulls realized that they had Michael Jeffrey Jordan, they did everything to ensure he was gonna win. Like they went and got Dennis Rodman, they went and got Scottie Pippen. They went and got Tony Kukoc. They were constantly looking at players to develop. They were constantly trying to figure out the mode to like keep him winning.
Even the coach that he got, who was the first coach before Phil got there?
I can't remember his name.
Doug Collins.
These are like great coaches, the coaches that now we look back on and like, oh, these niggas are amazing. Who was that for LeBron?
You can't name them. And I think like, and that's what I was saying earlier, probably about a month ago. I think the organizations that LeBron James sat through, more specifically David Ferry, like did a complete disservice to his legacy. And that's why, like, if I'm Jerry Krause and I don't like him, that's why I don't think he's like necessarily the villain. Because if anything, he saved Michael Jordan's like mystic ability. Like hey, bro, we're going to stop you after you repeat it. You repeat, you done, bro. 6 rings, you haven't lost.
So you don't think he gets any more? You think
No, I don't, man. I don't, man.
You don't think he would have beat that Spurs team?
No way.
Year?
Nah.
Absolutely not.
They would have kept Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was the Spurs team.
David Robinson and the Rookie of the Year, Tim Duncan? Absolutely not.
And I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan.
With the aging Dennis Rodman.
What additions would the Bulls have made? That's the only thing you don't know what additions they would have made.
I don't think anyone is out there.
If you think Krause is the guy, then you got to believe that Krause can go get somebody or make a move happen. You think Krause is the guy?
Listen, brother. That's a very good point that you make, Patrick. Let me tell you, man. You got to think about it in context. 99 is a lockout season. They only play 50 games.
Who are free agents in 1998?
No, I was just looking it up.
Oh no!
But
the plumber, the mailman, the refrigerator.
About the LeBron and MJ comparison, I felt like LeBron he takes on the role of Scottie and Jordan, because one of the things I did not know that they mentioned when they brought on Scottie was that they liked the fact that he was a facilitator.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was one of the key things they needed to have someone that could play defense and also kind of help out with scoring, but more so facilitate.
Yeah. And
not just, always have Jordan trying to just score and then maybe facilitate when he can't score.
Scottie
so I thought that
loser, was Scottie is a loser.
Yeah.
Scottie is definitely his legacy hurts after this.
You think so?
He'll a punk. He'll a punk,
absolutely.
Bro. The mythic, whatever mystic shit that I did have for him is gone down.
Completely gone.
Bro, this nigga was
hot take, bitch.
He's normal as a motherfucker. I tell you that. Like, oh yeah.
Why,
bro? This nigga.
He said he had a headache, man. I don't know.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah, headache. His back was hurting real bad.
I'm a decoy, and then coming out and fuck you. Did you see how this nigga was running? Did you see how he was running? I'm a decoy.
Decoy didn't know you hurt.
Running like this.
Look like shit.
Bruh, but I didn't like
Scott
the fact
Burrell
that
in. Put Scott Burrell in.
I'm a decoy.
When Jordan was out, that 94-95 season,
fucking
and they called the play for him to pass it in so Kukoc should get the shot.
Because he's the best facilitator on the team.
Yeah. He was mad.
He was mad. He was like, I ain't getting in on some bitch shit. Like, he didn't even tell the coach he ain't getting in. He was just like, I ain't getting in. And then Phil like, what'd he say? All right, fuck it. Go somebody else. Throw the ball in and get it to Kukoc. Like, and still won the game. It's like, nigga, the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like, you quit on the team. Bill Cartwright was crying. Was it Bill Cartwright that was crying?
yeah.
Bill Cartwright was crying. Was like, you let us down? Yeah.
Those are grown man tears, boy.
Like, that shit, it was like, in the code of any sport or a team sport, like, you don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, no. So that shit brought down Scottie.
Only if you LeBron James and you finna go to the Heat in the next after this series is over, can you quit on your fucking team.
Hey, one thing I do respect
or
about
the
LeBron,
Lakers.
For sure.
When that nigga ready to leave, you know it that last game of the season. Hey, I respect that, boy. I respect that. He'll look into the camera like this.
This nigga not coming back.
And take off his jersey before
he do that Magic Johnson shit. I'm not gonna be there.
He'll take off his accessories early before he hit the locker room, but don't give it to no kids. He'll just lay him on the locker.
Oh my goodness.
The second time he didn't even need no decision special. Everybody knew he was leaving.
I'm going to LA, y'all.
But that was hilarious. He didn't need no special.
Listen, man, I'll say this to close out about LeBron James if y'all have any final comments. But I just think, like, again, organizations matter. My grand point is organizations matter. And if LeBron James had Jerry, we might be having this conversation a little bit differently. But because he don't, I don't know if it's fair to compare him anymore.
I feel like LeBron James with Phil Jackson potentially might have more rings. That's my little hot take.
Not with that same Cavaliers team the first time.
I'm saying, but Michael Jordan needed a coach, bro.
Phil's not gonna coach. Phil's not gonna coach that Cavaliers team. Like, he would make sure that he get the right players. Like he did it in LA. Like, he made sure he got the right players to be put in the position.
LeBron needs a GM more than he needed a coach. Sorry ass teams.
I mean, I feel like the GMs did whatever they could for him. I think that I feel like the GMs they was like, all right, what you want? All right, cool. We go. This was out here.
We'll get
how much money we got.
Yeah, but that's not LeBron James. That's not LeBron James trying to build his own team. That's the GM trying to give me a great
We'll get the second-rate version of that.
But I think they gave him that power. Like, hey, what do you think you need? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think you need?
You know what I'm saying? But you need a GM. That GM on the outside looking in. Bitch, I'm just playing. I'll tell you what I want, but I don't necessarily know what the fuck I need.
But I think that's also a coach perspective. A good coach gonna tell LeBron how to get to his best spot. You know what I mean? Like what he needs to do to get to his championship.
I went back and looked up like the stats from the 2018 finals, bro. That shit was tragic, bro. Like niggas was shooting like 2 for 13, 2 for 9. Like niggas was not fucking. Yeah, like niggas was performing like a motherfucker, bro.
I say coach over GM because GM just the money man. GM just the bank.
No,
like
I think they figured it out financially. I think the GMs figured it out financially. The coach, he's the one that he sees it on the floor. He's able to study the defense and like I'm approaching the defense. He get to see both sides attack. So he's the middleman to be like, hey, look, this is what we're seeing on the floor. This is what my guys can do. But I need you to figure out the money to get these type of players for me.
I think from John's perspective, though, that's the point, though. Like them being able to have that fucking like that cohesiveness, like from the GM to the head coach and shit, and putting those pieces together. Because it was, nigga, you can have a good GM and then the coach, it just kind of fall apart.
Yeah.
We only seen that again with the GM and I guess again with the Lakers and maybe with the Heat with Pat and Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, I mean, but at least with Pat Riley, he had coach experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I keep it a bean.
What?
I keep it a bean. I don't think coaching matters all that much. I think we give coaching too much credit. I think it comes down to organization and players. And I think we can say that.
But you can't say that,
bro. If you look at championships top to bottom, it's from the top to the bottom. Like literally,
these are some good
Spurs,
coaches.
One of the greatest organizations ever.
Phil and Pop.
Right,
Pop, bro.
No. I'm saying, but it's only like 5 great coaches. You know what I mean?
But look what teams always win championships. It's not like there's a new championship team every year.
Nick Nurse is like a savant.
It's like the same 5 teams getting championships almost every year, bro. Like
owners don't matter.
It's because of the players.
Owners don't matter. But you got to think though. Phil came with a whole new idea to the Bulls game in the 80s. He changed. He's like, listen, this is how we're gonna fucking play the game. I know y'all like to give Jordan the ball and have this motherfucker run around, and y'all just kind of like let this motherfucker do his thing. But look, we're gonna put this in place, and then we're gonna still work your shit. But this triangle offense is what's gonna help seal the motherfucking deal. You know what I mean? And that's coaching. That's coaching for Phil to say, hey, look, Scotty, guard Magic from coast to coast. Don't let this motherfucker come down and be able to analyze the flow. Guard this motherfucker coast to coast. Pressure him. Let Scotty pressure the fuck out of Magic. Get his ass tired. Don't let him develop the offense. That's coaching. You know what I mean? So coaching does matter because you got to coach motherfuckers on defense. When coaches really matters when they drop that motherfucking play.
Popovich just fucking coached his way to another championship against the damn Heats.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you talking about, Rick Carlisle? Hey, but I'm saying if you rank them, right? If you saying if NBA breaks down into ownership, players, and coaching staff, if I'm ranking them, I'm going ownership, players, coaching staff. Like, I don't think coaching is just in my opinion. I don't think coaching is number one.
Why you put owners so high, though? Why you put owners so high?
Yeah, I'm confused by that. Because owners just have the money.
And that's the most important, in my opinion.
But the owners don't necessarily work the salaries, though. They don't work the salary, like the salary cap and stuff like that. The owners don't do anything. The owners,
you mean just like front office GM, right?
Yeah, I'm saying like ownership.
Okay, like the GMs, they're the ones who put in place to kind of like the GMs hire certain people. You know what I mean? They put they hire the coach. You know, they bring in their staff. You know what I mean? The coach is kind of like, you know, they work the formula to see, okay, this is the formula I come with. Put the players in place to get this formula right. Or this is the star I have. This is the formula I built around this star. You know what I mean? But as far as owners, sometimes you might have multiple owners, and sometimes them owners own multiple teams. You know what I mean? So them motherfuckers don't really
nothing about the sports.
Like Usher's one of the owners of the Cavs.
The motherfuckers just show up and parade the trophy and give the Finals MVP trophy Finals MVP person.
Ownership is literally just finances. Like they don't.
Yeah, I'm going with Coach because
they figure out salary caps. They figure out. Yeah, they do. They have
not
to.
Owners.
I think that's GM.
CBA.
That's GMs. Ownership is like ticket sales, like sponsorships, almost like stuff like that on the outside.
When I say
like all player stuff.
When I say ownership, I mean I'm encompassing both. I'm saying owners and GM. Like I'm confusing them both on the one thing. Yeah.
Okay. The only reason why I give you that is because the GMs have to hire the coach, right? But a lot of times, GMs, depending on how they got into that spot or their prior history, like Pat Riley, you know what I mean? He's a coach. He was a coach. He was known for his coaching methods. Every player would tell you the way they was coached under Pat Riley, you work your ass like a dog. You know what I mean? So the way he coached and he gets into that position as a GM, he comes from that coaching experience. He's going to hire the guy that he feels works best under his methods. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why GM's important because they got to hire their coach. You know, they always come in with they guy. It's more a relationship thing. But after that, I mean, it may just be that it may be that important until you got that star that's just like, well, what if I fucking go? You know what I mean? Look what happens when you have a LeBron or Jordan or Kawhi Leonard. If I fucking go, I change all this shit. You know what I mean? The Spurs were not really the same when Kawhi left. You know what I mean?
Player-coach connection is underrated, bro.
But even in that point, it takes Masai Ujiri pulling the trigger to get Kawhi Leonard for Nick Nurse to be able to coach Kawhi Leonard.
But that was hey, bro.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Everybody's gonna take DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi. It was straight up. I'm gonna take that fucking deal.
At the end of the day, that's luck. You don't know what's on the board until things happen.
That GM didn't.
You still got to give him credit for making that move.
Any GM would have took that deal. That's a great fucking deal.
You think about why think about why players don't want to go to the Knicks. The number one reason is why James Dolan.
But I'm saying, who did the Knicks have to offer?
No. I'm saying, but in the argument, not argument, in the discussion that ownership is important. The reason people aren't.
Well, no, yeah, that's fair.
Reliving Knicks basketball is because of the owner. Ownership matters.
But they're blaming the owner because of the. I mean, it's all encompassing. With that, what coach do they have at the Knicks? Like, I know they got a new front office now, but it's still.
Well, they've been fumbling that bag for a minute because they fucked up Mike D'Antoni with Melo and Porzingis.
Bro.
Yeah. Like they've been fucking up. They've been fucking that bag up for a minute.
Phil Jackson was the GM at one point.
Yeah. That whole it's a whole. I think that whole GM ownership shit is our relationship. It matters a lot because that's to me. That's what I was one of the biggest things with the Lakers. You know what I mean? After the whole Buss family lineage that is now taking over the ownership of the shit now, and then literally the GM now is Kobe's old agent. You know what I mean? Like all that plays a part. You know what I mean? Like the Lakers went through at least I want to say three different like Lakers Hall of Famers. From Byron Scott to Magic, from fucking I can't remember who else they fucking had as a coach.
What's called his son? What's the
Luke Walton? Yeah, like they're gonna go into their own and put him in coaching or GM or whatever. But a lot of that shit is based off relationship, and a lot of times if the owner will not give a fuck, they would choose relationship over whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes that shit don't work. Sometimes it do. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's what's kind of like fucked up the Lakers over the past 10 years. And the only thing that's helped them is the fact that they got LeBron, which reason why players do have like with LeBron coming over to the Lakers, it changed everything. It should have been another 5 years of the same shit we done had. But with LeBron coming over there, he's saying, okay, this is what I want, and this is what y'all got to get in order for me to be successful. That gives him a lot of power over the fuck. He had, 2 coaches in the past 2 years? Luke Walton and who else?
And, Frank
Vogel, Frank Vogel, whatever the fuck his name is. Like, the motherfuckers don't. The coaches, them coaches don't necessarily matter.
They don't matter. But Jason Kidd, what he was able to do with the Bucks matter.
Because now with coaching, you're looking at a team effort now. It's more like a team effort. Like a lot of other coaches, like I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr by himself probably wasn't that great. But when you got fucking what's two-time MVP? Steve Nash also helping out. You know what I mean? You got these other players that, like, I think it's more of a team effort when it comes to coaching now that I think is starting to see more success. So now you see, like, Jason Kidd, you see what he did with Brooklyn and what he did with Milwaukee, and now he's helping out the Lakers. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just say that just because Jason Kidd's over there, the Lakers are doing well. I clearly think it's LeBron and him calling the play and say, get all these motherfuckers out, bring Anthony Davis. But I think we're starting to see a new era in coaching where now it's like we're taking a lot of guys that aren't box office name coaches, and we're now getting a package deal of like experience and players and trainers and whatnot, and putting these guys and making a group coaching effort to make a successful team. I think we're starting to see that a lot more now. Oh shit! But
anybody got a final take on the Michael Jordan doc? Last take.
I feel like the era of our coaches now is more like laissez-faire too. Like it's more like laid back, let the players do what they want to do.
Boy, bringing that Prince out, boy.
Who said swab?
We ain't Tom Bag.
This
is bad, bro. I be on Twitter, bro. I'm points.
This school, bro. But yeah, like this era is more like laissez-faire. And like back then, man, it was more like development. Everybody not trying to like just like gang up on one team. So it's already existing star power. So coaches don't matter anymore because of the existing star power. Like you got LeBron going to the Lakers, so a coach don't matter at the end of the day. Like a coach is cool just to develop those younger players, but at the end of the day, like existing star power, coaches are becoming more laissez-faire, just letting they players do what they, you know what I'm saying, whatever they need to do. Same thing with Steve Kerr.
Yeah, Steve Kerr don't coach at all, bro. We seen that. We seen that this season.
And that's what's weird though. That's probably what the Warriors needed because you had Mark Jackson that was just like he was like real strict. He made sure the players did what they had to do. He had maybe a couple players different from Steve Kerr's time there. Well, he didn't have Harrison Barnes and maybe a couple other players. Like what?
They were on their way with Mark Jackson.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they was already competing in the playoffs with Mark Jackson. So.
And Steve Kerr come along, he just let them do what they want to do.
It's the Tony Dungy.
That's what exactly my next point was.
It's probably when players build their chemistry. At that point, that's when less coaching is needed because the players can now they're professionals at the end of the day. So now that they built the chemistry, at that point, it's less coaching and now let them figure it out. But at the time when you just drafted everybody and now you just got maybe some older heads that's still good, but you got them young boys on there. Now the coach is there to kind of help mesh the personalities and the playing styles together to build that chemistry. And once the chemistry is there, then, he can just sit back and kind of just advise.
Which damn sure what Phil Jackson was doing, bitch, letting damn Dennis Rodman go off and be a wrestler, bitch, in the middle of the finals.
Hey, a different breed, bro.
All right. Time for some hip-hop news. In early April, Tekashi 6ix9ine was released from prison. In early March, early May, this motherfucker released a song called, is it called Gooba? Galba?
It's Gooba.
Gooba.
Named after the little monsters on Super Mario Brothers movies with the mushroom with the small head, little reptile.
A little small head reptile.
Our Gooba correspondent.
It was released 1 week ago, and it has 186 million views on YouTube. Wow, that's fucking nuts. That's the first time I've seen this shit. It has sparked a lot of controversy, and it begs the group chat to answer one question. Does snitching matter?
Yes.
It depends on who it matters to.
Yeah, and it depends on the situation too.
If you're just a fan of the music, I mean, why would it matter to that person? I mean, we just chilling watching the
begs us
shit.
Another question: is hip hop dead?
Nah.
Back to Patrick.
Ask Nas, nigga. Ask Nas. Nas turning in his grave. Are you still alive?
With 106 million views on YouTube in a week, I think Like I thought we all. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I thought people were gonna react to the 6ix9ine release very differently. I thought he was gonna get shunned from the hip hop community.
He did.
Boy, was I wrong.
That's not hip hop no more, bro.
Though, bro. You got a lot of white people.
He was shunned.
Yeah, bro, that's not hip hop no more, bro.
He's been shunned.
At the end of the day, he's a personality.
And you gotta think, no matter what your color is, but if you're in America, bitch, everybody like drama. Why you think they still got them dumbass VH1 shows going on? Yeah. Everybody like drama. At the end of the day, no matter who it's coming from, if you petty and that shit is entertaining, we want to see the fucking drama. We want to see where it go. Some people want to see. I want to see what this motherfucker lead up to. I want to see somebody knock this motherfucker out. So maybe the next time you upload a video, we might catch some crazy shit. So it's like people just want to see drama. People like drama's entertaining. It's been entertaining for the last 15 years. So. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a fucking minstrel show, and motherfuckers gonna watch.
Like, why is 6ix9ine and Akon being in the same conversation anyway? You know what I'm saying? It's just it's stupid.
I mean, that's Akon. Akon wanted to be a part of that. He was on his live.
You can't trust Akon. He took money from China, who started the Rona, and put it back into the African city, Akon City.
And there was a fucking president campaign talking about Biden supports China last night.
Oh, I seen that shit.
Dog, that shit felt like a parody. Like,
hey, Pat, can you edit and put this in the video? I haven't seen it.
I got you, bro.
Bro, that shit was funny as hell.
The thing with 6ix9ine that makes him so profitable is like what we're doing now. He's the perfect content for. Like if you go to his live, everybody that was in his live was verified. YouTubers, personalities, Instagram nutritionists, like you know what I mean, like fitness people, fat tummy tea. Like people just need content.
But you know what's crazy about that? If you was trying, I feel like people who was not on the live or didn't watch the video. I felt like they was trying so hard not to, because naturally they wanted to, but I think those people kind of felt like they had an image to protect. They'd be like, oh, this nigga don't be on clown shit. I feel like those people were trying to impress people that be like, oh, I say y'all niggas in their lives. Like,
but realistically though, you have to go and find somebody's live if you don't follow them. Like, it's not like that's
true.
That's something that's just on your shit. If you don't already follow them, the live don't pop up on your homepage.
That's true. But at the end of the day, the content like that is going to always come across your feed. Definitely with all the algorithms we got now, there's no way you're not going to see some of the shit. Like, there's no way you're not going to see clips of the nigga laughing.
That's a fact.
And my thing is, too, like, he's a good interview, bro. Ain't no way around it, bro. That last Breakfast Club interview was amazing.
Yeah, he know how to talk, for sure.
Yeah.
Whether he lied or not.
Was amazing. Like,
yeah, he's not dumb at all. He's not stupid. He might be like a little reckless, and he might be dumb in a different sense, but he understands how the internet works. Like,
I just don't want to see people say. I don't want people to come with the positive messages. God forbid if he does get caught up in some shit that could kill him. I don't want to see people like, man, this nigga could have been one of the such young talent if you just use it the right way. I don't want to see that because nobody's saying it now. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's not talented. He's
talented. He's talented. He's talented.
That's a very good topic.
He's talented.
I don't think he's talented.
I'm asking like musically, not in terms of like marketing. My next statement
musically.
I mean, if he's marketing his music, it's still talented musically. Like,
I think he bit out the fruit of like he's a product of like what Onyx was. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that style of hip hop, he just took that and turned that into what the 2020 is now, or 2019 was. You know what I mean? I feel like he took that same style and just elevated to what the times is now.
It's a lot of artists that we wouldn't consider talented if this was like 5 or 6 years ago. Like niggas was would you say Migos are talented? Would you say Uzi's talented?
I mean, I would.
It would be a hard case to try to even separate like the two. That you're doing the same type of thing. It's like only a purist would say that he's not talented at music. Like,
I mean, my thing is when I say talented musically, like I don't think his music it's not terrible, but I don't think it sounds like comparing 6ix9ine's music to Migos' music is like for me it's hard to do because I can hear the effort put into a Migos song. Like, I don't know if y'all heard. I actually watched.
They don't got
clips
bars.
of Gooba.
They got bars though.
I mean,
yeah, they. I mean,
like
they
I said, I
spitting
can hear the effort in their music. When I hear 6ix9ine, is his new. I don't know if you heard the newest record or not. It sounds like, it sounds like he didn't put that much thought into it.
Yeah, but it sounds good.
But
I'm not listening to what the fuck you're saying. Like sonically, this shit sounds good.
It's so many artists.
but sonically, he's not mixing it.
I don't care who makes it. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I think he's talented. I think until you try to like actually mimic that shit, I think you realize that's where the talent lies. It's like, okay, it's not as easy to just to mimic that shit because it takes talent to do some of the stuff that, I mean, at the end of the day, he stands out. His music doesn't sound like anyone else's. You know what I mean? And to be able to put some music together that to not cap, like before he became like a trend of like bullshit, the music wasn't bad. The music wasn't bad. It wasn't. So it's talent. The music it's a lot of music that's not bad that I consider people like really that are talented. You know what I mean? Like it's talent there. Was he one of the greatest? No. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be top 5?
What does he do exceptionally well?
What is the spectrum in your opinion of like somebody not having musical talent?
I mean, we've heard bad music. Have you? I feel like the music that you heard that's bad, like the people that you may get locally, like that's the non-talented shit. Like, is he?
Hey, who? Name names.
Come on, man. At this point, there's no point in the name names. It's not even like that type of thing. But it's what I'm saying is like
I think G Herbo is not talented.
Wait, what? So you saying it's talented G Herbo?
I'm saying it's the same type of shit.
I don't think it don't sound good at all.
We know rappers that just say shit.
Like people say Blueface, that he wasn't talented, but it sound cool. But I think 6ix9ine does what he does better than both of them.
Okay.
I feel like
you gotta realize
I can't really go against your opinion. I'm just saying in terms of effort. When I hear Gooba, it doesn't sound like any effort was really put. Like the amount of effort wasn't put in. Like when I hear a G Herbo song, it sounds like he sat down and wrote this.
But does it sound good?
I like it.
But that's Gooba. Let's talk about this album. Like this album wasn't bad. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. The album is straight. The album is straight.
But that's why I say he's talented. I can say he's talented because based on the records I heard prior to a lot of the shit that's going on, like that's talent, you know. And we can't act like talent is like a thing that a lot of people don't possess. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't possess certain qualities that we see in like the Kanye's and Jay-Z's and stuff like that. But talent is a very broad thing. Some people can't internalize that talent and make it to where we see these people as geniuses. You know what I mean? But talent is a very broad thing. You can be talented. Do you have the work ethic to turn that talent into something that is enjoyable or to change something or be iconic and be original? Not all the time. A lot of people don't have that. But talent is a very broad thing. It's not like you just a untalented motherfucker just in nothing. You know what I mean? But talent is a very broad thing. And I think we put a lot on talented.
That's a very good point. So I guess if we just assume that everybody in the music industry is talented, the question then becomes, is 6ix9ine good? Because I think the difference is 6ix9ine is entertaining. I don't think he's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but before all the shit happened, we heard the music first.
I didn't think his music was good.
But I mean, millions of people did.
Yeah, I feel like the way he was doing, to me, was catching the same energy as what Pop Smoke was
doing. Exactly.
It's the same energy. And some people may say, I don't really think that's good. I don't really think that's talented. You know what I mean? But I think what he was doing was like causing an energy that was starting to become like its own thing. That at the point, it was almost like, oh, this shit sound like a Pop Smoke record. Even though that Pop Smoke record sound like something that's from like, you know, this group out of London or some shit like, you know what I mean? But it was his style. And he was able to, you know, take his talent and turn something that was like his thing and create an energy off of it.
That's what it is. It's the energy. It's the energy factor. Like that's what we giving credit to with Griselda right now, and where even there, like their bars and their talent is so far out of here. But ultimately, what it is the energy. It's the energy it's the vibe that it puts you in. It's the energy that it gives off when you listen to it. It's not necessarily that they're like the best music makers ever. I mean, they're very talented, but we looking at it, and then you compare different artists and shit, and it's like, realistically, what are we looking at here? It's not like we listening to this shit, and this is like fucking the height of what music can be for a lot of artists.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think talented. I think talent was. It's a broad. I think I agree with Hilltime in terms of it being a broader spectrum. I think I kind of misled. I just don't think. I don't think he puts that much effort into it. I think his superpower. I should rephrase it. I think his superpower is his ability to market anything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's kind of what I meant. Because I agree with you. Talent is a spectrum, and you can't really. Talent is, I guess, it's kind of pointed out by the people. You know what I mean? So like Tyrese said, like people like it. So who are we to say that he's not talented? I just think his superpower, is definitely his marketing ability. That's why he can make a record like Gooba, and the video come out. So like I think the package of it was like
he had everything in that video too.
Yeah, bro.
There was a lot of ass.
CGI.
There's a lot of ass in that video, man. And it's very hard to not watch a lot of ass.
I got a quick question. Is black culture still synonymous with hip hop culture?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I
think so.
Yeah.
I think it's completely drowned in it. I just think that we have to understand that, you know, at the end of the day, we're still a minority. So the majority is now soaking up a lot of the popular culture as far as like hip hop. So we see that that's what's influencing it. You know what I mean? Like that influences in a way where like they buy it, so they cater to it in a way. They have to cater to it because that's what's making them. That's what's making the money. That's what's buying the concert tickets. That's what's buying the merch. You know what I mean?
So
same shit.
Sorry, if black culture is synonymous with hip hop culture, how can someone who violated black culture still be popularized in hip hop culture?
You saying?
I don't think they're not snitching is black culture. I don't think
that's not black culture.
That's not black culture.
That's not black.
That's street culture.
You got rap. You heard the term rap before. That's super white. That's those Italian mafia motherfuckers. That's white.
Yeah, that's Italian.
Yeah, but black culture has infiltrated Italian mobster culture.
That's just criminal culture.
Yeah, criminal culture is like snitching is snitching.
Snitching,
like, niggas
ratting,
snitch all the time. Niggas snitch all the time.
That's just criminal culture.
Snitch every day.
Title telling.
It's not
that's
like
elementary school culture.
There's some heavyweights that went through the whole thing of like, yo, what the fuck do you lie on? You know what I mean? Because we hold people to certain standards, but it's based on what you put yourself out there for. Like, which is why they come after 6ix9ine.
What Martha Stewart got locked up for?
She was insider trading information. But Ross, the whole correctional officer shit, T.I. with his sentencing, with all them fucking guns, them illegal guns he had, and then he got out pretty early. I think it was some I can't remember who it was. It was some other shit in New York, but like
Lil Wayne.
Motherfuckers, was it Lil Wayne? When they I can't remember what I can't remember the situation, but like the whole situation. But yeah, it's like that is because I think hip hop group kind of like transitioned into a street culture thing. And street culture, that's like, you know, that's the thing. You don't snitch. If you're doing dirt and I'm doing dirt, whatever the situation, we figure that shit out, but we won't talk to cops. I don't give a fuck if we just having a conversation. We won't talk to cops. If you're doing dirt, I'm doing dirt. We figure this shit out. We figure this shit out in the street. We won't talk to cops. But that's street culture, and I think because street culture comes from poverty, this, that, and the third, of course, it's going to go through black people.
Yeah, but you can't. I agree with that argument, but also street culture is in cops' DNA. You know what I mean? I think it'll be ignorant of us to not realize that hip hop, a big percentage of hip hop is built from street culture, rapping
that's
about.
Fair. I just don't think that. I don't think that snitching and street culture is like
black.
I don't think we should. We ain't got no patent on gangster. We ain't got no patent on that shit. Like we can't say that we was the first gangsters of all time.
I don't think black people was really original gangsters to begin with.
We're not.
Right.
Yeah, but we took it in.
Nah, we didn't take shit. We might have adopted it.
That's what I don't. Yeah, I don't think we should.
I get what John's saying though. They are. I feel like John. What my thing is, people are like the hip hop community is trying to oust him and trying to shun him, but they can't because rap is bigger than black people now.
Yeah, it's not
I agree with that
a black thing because it's been commercialized for years, and the fact that we don't even own necessarily the biggest pie of hip hop, we can't just say hip hop is a black thing. That's where it originated.
So you saying
from.
black people don't make the rules of hip hop anymore?
Not business wise.
They probably never have, to be honest.
Not business wise.
We just developed this shit up. We was like the NBA coaches of this shit. We figured this shit out, and then now this shit
White
got a mind of its own. And
niggas was dribbling with one hand.
And this is the thing. It's just based off of the consumers and the owners. So it's like right now, if you listen to, they don't even. Travis Scott apparently doesn't even make music for black people. A black guy that has a myriad of black references in his music doesn't get
for sure. Don't bitch.
This nigga Travis Scott has shown us time and time again he does not care about black issues. But his music slap.
But that's not necessarily. I can't hold that against nobody no more because that's not all artists don't do that. But it's like I feel like the niggas that's like Nav and shit like that. Like you keep niggas like that alive or all 6ix9ine. That's due to when I go to work, these motherfuckers at work, like the young kids at work, the guys that's like maybe 19 through like 23, 24,
mm-hmm.
all they fucking do is talk about, hey bro, you listen to Young Nudie shit, you listen to this, you like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like that shit's not cool to me. Like but those are the people that's keeping the shit alive. Those are people that's going to the shows, buy all the shit. People that love Lil Uzi, or not Lil Uzi. Excuse me, XX. That wasn't like that wasn't niggas keeping this shit alive. But that wasn't us keeping that shit alive.
But I think it's more so like back in the 90s when like you were starting to see rap kind of be integrated, commercialized in like every aspect, from being in movies, commercials, like all types of different things. I think that's when like
black culture is pop culture.
That's when that's because it was a popular thing for hip hop to rap about social issues, regardless of how good the song was. No matter where the artist was from the South, from the West Coast, East Coast, everybody made songs primarily about like black issues in their own way, about the hood, about whatever the fuck.
That's just black people making songs about their lives though. Like that's not necessarily.
It's not necessarily to say, hey, this is an issue song, but it's more like this is what we making music about our lives and we live a black life. But then now once you start getting into more commercializing into movies, you know what I mean? From like, and then adding other people that don't live the black experience into that, from the Vanilla Ice to fucking Eminem to whoever, you know what I mean? Nav and all these other people. Now it's like it's bigger than just hip hop is just bigger than just talking about the black experience. And so many people that contribute to it or that buy into it don't live the black experience, and sometimes they're not buying into it to live the black experience. And if they are, they trying to get into like the danger. Like a lot of white folk, they want to get into. They always live in. To me, I think they want to get into like hip hop that only concentrates on like the negativity or the dangers of like the black experience, which is why you hear the Young Nudie conversation or something.
Michael Rappaport though, perfect example is Michael Rappaport, who's like shitting on all the new music because apparently it's not. Like, he's a quote unquote hip hop purist, and he's like, well, these guys ain't talking about shit no more, and it's like
they're not rapping about the coronavirus. We don't want to hear that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So music is an escape, but my thing is, I'll say it's crazy how like back in the day you'll get a PS2 game or a PlayStation 3 game, and the whole soundtrack was rock. Like you'll find this rock song, you're a black kid, you listen to a rock song, you're like, damn, this is fire. Not every video game got rap music on it.
And you might sneak a rock song on that bitch.
Whoa, it's crazy.
Everything has to evolve.
Y'all came to plot today,
bro.
Everything has to evolve, bro.
I remember getting mad, and you just had to find the closest black song you could find, bro. But now they got.
And that was Blink 182.
Look at 2K, bro. Look at 2K. 2K is all is rap music. Like it's basically SoundCloud.
Yeah, you luck up. You luck up if you get if you got one that Pharrell or Jay-Z produced. It had a little bit of the other genres in it, but now it's pretty much all just black. Even the Ariana Grande song they got on the new 2K is like some straight up like that's some black shit.
That's 2 Chainz song, ain't
it? She got 2 of them on there. She got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think with black folk, the consumer, like the black people that consume hip hop, I think honestly at the end of the day, the general consensus with black folk throughout the years is like we just like shit that make us feel good. You know what I'm saying? That make us feel good because what make us feel good make us move. You know what I mean? So that's why even black artists that may cater to a broader audience, they give us records that make us feel good and make us move. Travis Scott gonna give you 1 or 2 for sure. That at the end of the day, all of us will be like, okay, this is one. You know what I mean? Travis Scott can do that. I think every black artist that's really good, that is like who they are, they have given us that, and they have probably still have the ability to do that. But then you got like, you know, you of course they gotta you know, make the money. It's a thing to be like a boss, and you know, it's about how much you worth and this, that, and the third. So it's like they gotta go for these deals. You gotta see Travis Scott perform at the Super Bowl. You gotta see this month. You gotta see fucking Mary J. do a Burger King commercial.
Crispy chicken.
You know what I mean? And this is and that was the one she looked.
Yeah, she got canceled.
Hip hop and R&B.
She got
queen of
canceled.
hip hop and R&B. You know
they
what I mean?
They had to pull the ad.
So does the growth, the exponential growth of hip hop, is it foregoing the black experience? Because as hip hop grows,
it's all the black experience.
More, but hold on, but it becomes more of a thing that is acceptable to other people to share their story. So
that's the thing, because that's all it's about. It's a storytelling art form. So you just telling stories, whether they're your stories or stories of somebody else that you watched, or stories that somebody else told you. It's all just telling stories. So
I just think
we're not the only ones telling stories. And then the thing is, with like to bring it back to 6ix9ine, we're not the only one consuming these stories. So we're not the only one telling them, and we're not the only one consuming. And if it's 186 million people that want to watch the video and still support, if he did something that's against, I guess, the street code or something like that,
right?
I mean, that's all well and good. What we still had the power to do is we can refrain from it, because ultimately he's still out here trying to explain himself, trying to oust certain shit, because there's a certain support that he's lacking that he wants.
Right. For sure. And that's what I was telling John. Everybody not going for that snitching don't matter vibe. Like, people trying to shun him from the rap community, but his audience, 6ix9ine's audience, which is kind of our fault in a sense, his audience is bigger than the black community, bro. Like,
it's just that you was on bullshit, and you can't now try to be like, hey man, no, I don't want the consequences of being on that bullshit. No, you was on that bullshit. You was out here doing shit that we was like, this funny, but like, why are you doing this? Why are you in Chicago telling niggas where y'all at? I let my nuts hang. You didn't need to do that. So niggas is like, well, nigga, here you go. Here's the consequences for this bullshit you was on.
It's karma. It's literally.
We didn't give a fuck. So if you were like on some shit where like just bullshit is coming your way, and you got caught up in some shit that you didn't really have much control over, or the lack of resources or knowledge of, and now you like, you know what, I got somebody to live for. This is why I told, because I don't give a fuck about all that. I snitched on this motherfucker, and I have a life. I'm changing the way I'm going about shit. You know what? Then we were like, hey, honestly, I can see myself in that situation doing that. A lot of people don't see themselves in this motherfucker's shoes, because we wouldn't have been doing the bullshit he's been doing the last 2-3 years. So that's why he's not really getting the sympathy or the I feel you type of look from niggas.
But what everybody mama say, bro, like, you can't be in the middle of foolery and expect to leave unscathed, bro. Like, you didn't get caught by the opposition, but your team was doing the same thing the opposition was. Like, bro, you got kidnapped by a gang. Like, they were criminals. Like, you knew you were hanging with criminals. Like, yeah, that's just how it goes.
You know how lame it is to want to hang out with criminals after you kind of successful?
Bro, but the thing is, he was successful because of them. He was able to troll because he had protection. You know what I mean? After the protection was gone, this nigga...
I think the worst part about it is just seeing like the major artists that kind of, this is beyond, because I don't think it's an issue with us, like you know, we all musicians and content creators ourselves, but I don't think there's anything wrong with us discussing it. I think it's an issue with the outcry from like the Meek Mills and all these super celebrities that's like, this is outrageous, and it's like, nigga, like, this don't even matter. Don't even address this.
You can literally ignore it.
And that's exactly how he got the fans. That's how he got his fans.
But I think that's bad on their part. I feel like they only acknowledge it because they want to get those tweets off, because they think they can gain a little notoriety having a fire tweet dissing him. Like, if you don't care for it, just don't tweet about it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, Meek Mill had no reason to fucking, why are you tweeting about this nigga? Leave him alone. Then he got your ass talking about.
He didn't get that much traction. I mean, people were, of course, looking out for him, but like, I feel like you make it worse when you have reactions. There's YouTube videos up every minute about, you know what I mean? Like, It's only this is.
It's
you know what I
egg,
mean? Like
it's egg to me. It's egg on the black community's face when we are like when everybody's like no snitching, no snitching, no snitching. But we also is like, hey, like Meek Mill is like the activist now. How can you? Like you can't like I guess try to support identities from both sides of the coin. Like you can't go to the fucking
like you went in the house, you can't go back outside, bro.
And try to get exactly. You can't try to prison reform and then also be mad that somebody snitched. Like it's not adding up.
But I also never really understood the no snitching shit when it's always been like snitches. I think all street niggas would attest to that. They say it's always a fucking snitch. So why are y'all trying to live on this no snitching shit? And then it's also like, if you do live by the street code, a lot of niggas say your niggas that you roll with is more loyal to you. You more loyal to them than you is your fucking woman at home.
Right.
So when you same shit, like you try to kidnap my baby mama, try to fuck my baby mama and my family, it's like, where does the loyalty lie in?
And half of these mythical creatures, or even some of these hood celebrity niggas that these niggas try to like draw that lineage of like street life and all that shit. Half of them niggas was snitches.
Yep.
Like them niggas snitch.
Like full-blown paperwork snitches.
The whole story of American Gangster about that whole nigga that
snitch.
Started he was a snitch. You know what I mean? So it's like y'all idolize these motherfuckers, these hood legends, but these motherfuckers snitch. And the ones that didn't snitch, y'all don't really know about these motherfuckers.
Niggas dead or broke. It's niggas in the hood
or
now.
in prison still, and y'all don't care about these motherfuckers.
My daddy got friends and shit. They used to do bullshit. Them partners just snitched. Also, niggas went to jail for 15 years and here working out fucking Popeye's chicken. You know what I mean? It's just at millions of dollars. Like
fucking Jayla Fox.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I hear y'all, and I agree. Like I completely agree. But then on the other side of that is Bobby Shmurda is going to get a parade when he comes out of prison for not snitching. So I understand.
But he was also never as big as what's the boy name? 6ix9ine. He probably never get that big. Like he also wasn't facing this amount of time racketeering and attempted murder. Like, bitch, I take 7 years before I take fucking 25 to life.
Yeah, because like 6ix9ine, if he didn't snitch, he wasn't coming out, bro. He was done for.
I'm telling you. Fuck y'all. All right. See y'all niggas want to get out, bitch.
Yeah, on a personal side, I could, but if I'm 6ix9ine, I'm snitching. But just like at the end of the day, when it come back to me, I'm not doing half the bullshit he was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not standing out on the block like, what Chief Keef them at? I'm not doing these stupid-ass videos of with niggas' baby mamas and shit just to egg on beef. Like, I'm not doing that stupid shit.
And to the Bobby
that was dumb.
It's like, all right, so he's going to get, a credit for not snitching. Okay. But realistically, like, that's what I'm saying is some of the issues, because we hold certain things to a high standard that we really just – it doesn't matter at the end of the fucking day. Like, it's not adding anything. It's just a thing.
It's not actually detrimental to him.
Exactly. Like okay, it's cool that he did that, but I mean, at the end of the day,
like when you don't snitch,
you fucking care.
You keep the niggas on the street that kill us. You know what I mean? That don't want you here. You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
So you keep it wrong when you don't think you keep the wrong niggas on the street. So what are you?
And Bobby Shmurda not finna get a parade, because if that was the case, like having niggas that get out for real that did time, they don't really get parade. They get more promotion while they're in prison until they get out. Like, I've seen more promotion of Boosie in prison than he's been out. Like, you ain't heard.
I was gonna say the same thing. As soon as he got out, his music ain't nothing.
Gucci put out so much fucking music when he got out, but you seen more promotion of Gucci while he was in prison. Now you just see bitches like post like, oh, this is a clone Gucci. He look good.
The coolest thing about Gucci now is that he lost all that fucking weight.
But you don't never see them really promoting his music and shit like that. It was on this free Gucci shit all the time. It's like
he ain't had a hit since, bro. All the niggas, bro. Free Weezy, them niggas ain't been popping since, bro.
But it's like no one's putting the effort to like push them, like, you know what I mean, in a way where it's like, let this nigga get shine. Now let's help support this guy because we've been wanting him to get out. It's more like it's cool to say free my nigga until the nigga out. Then it's like, all right, well, who the next one nigga we got to get free?
That's also
free my dog till it's reversed. So it's free my dog till my dog free, and then it's nothing else after that.
But it's like, it's kind of go back to what John said though, bro. Like, even with niggas saying like free Boosie, that was a thing because white people got a hold of it too. You know what I mean? Like, white people got a hold of free Gucci. White people got a hold of free Weezy. Like, it's not all culture boosting certain things up completely. Like it's a video on Twitter of a white girl writing a letter and sending pictures to Kodak, saying "Free Kodak." This is how you write code. Like our culture.
So hip hop culture is no longer synonymous with black culture.
I don't think it is. I think it's completely synonymous.
I think it's absolutely synonymous. I just don't think we are necessarily in control of it. Like we're not the only one enjoying it. We're not the only one that reap the benefit or reap the fruit off the fucking tree. We're not the only ones.
I think black people are still the ones that make it cool. I think the other people make it popular. I still think people are the ones that know what's cool or make things cool.
Make it cool
without trying to make it cool. Without trying to make it cool. I think black people make things cool without trying to make it cool. And then other cultures see it as like, well, we like that. Let's all band together and get into that shit. Cause
K-pop.
Do black people make things successful anymore?
Well, here's the real question,
so.
and
I mean,
this will answer your question, Jordan. Is hip hop the next rock and roll? Because it sounds like hip hop is following the same steps of rock and roll.
They weren't created the same. They weren't created the same. It's not the same. They're not.
No, but I'm saying the elements sound the same. We saying that black people made it cool. Black people made it undeniable. It was synonymous with black people, and then white people came around, stole the sound.
And then we found something else.
No, but white people
popularized it and found something else.
White people haven't made it better.
And that's the death of rock and roll.
But Tyree, white people.
Black people killed black and roll though.
White music is white pop music now is black sonics. So like the beats and all those things are rap beats. Like Billie Eilish raps on black beats. Like,
and I say this,
but that's not black. That's not rap.
But I say this. Rock. I think rap is new rock and roll, but hip hop and rock and roll are two different things. You know what I mean? I think rock and roll isn't really a culture. Rock and roll is just a genre, and rap is a genre. But hip hop doesn't live and die on just rap. You know what I mean? Hip hop is style. Hip hop is dance. Hip hop is more of a culture. Rock and roll was more just a genre that people idolized and wanted to live like the people who played in that genre. You know what I mean?
Hip hop is black culture. Rap is no longer black culture.
Rap is just one pillar of it.
Yeah, rap is still part of black culture, but I think the genre, because it's music goes through trends, and because rap is following the same footsteps as rock and roll, that's why that it's parallel. It's parallel, but because it's still part of hip hop culture, I don't think it's going to be like rock and roll.
I honestly don't think it's taking the same steps as rock, because with rock, how long did it take before most of the artists were white?
That's true.
Like,
that's because I think
rock was stolen.
But that's
what I mean. It's different. I kind of compare rap to like jazz. I feel like everybody know niggas created jazz, but white people do it too. And that's kind of what rap is looking like right now.
Honestly,
but I think jazz. I think black people. I don't think about white people when I think jazz.
I think about Kenny G.
I think the average people.
I think about Kenny G and like.
The average person thinks of a white person.
Yeah, bro. Jazz is. You go to these jazz festivals, bro. It's white people, bro.
It's true.
But if you go to these jazz clubs, the jazz house in Tampa is black people.
That is true.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, that's one sector. I'm saying on a mass scale.
Right. There's a difference between a festival and a club.
I think that the reason why I think that rap will not be the same as rock and roll is
My black woman.
It's part of hip hop, and hip hop is made from black folk. And I think if you take any black person, can probably do at least one thing in hip hop, one of the 4 elements of hip hop. I think any black person can do one. I think any black person can do one of the elements of hip hop, whether it's music, it's art, fashion, or dance.
Yeah,
I think any black person can do one of the core elements of hip hop, which is why
white people have taken all of those elements.
No, they jumped into.
And you know the biggest part about it is ownership. That's
but the crazy thing
is now is not that's not us. That's white and Asians.
No, you better ask Fortnite about that.
If anything, it's Asians. Asians know how to do all that shit. But I think the thing is with black folk know how to do all those things with nothing. They know how to do all those things really well with nothing. I think all those other cultures,
that's our strength and our
kryptonite. Which is why I think hip hop, at the end of the day, they kind of need us to be able to do what they're doing well. You know what I mean? Because I think black folk develop certain things with nothing and be able to do these things at a high level or at a really exceptional level. And then while other cultures, they need to be able to trace it and to make it better.
But
that's what I think.
I agree, and that's because it comes from nothing for us. That's why like we get upset when like a Teddy Riley is like, hey man, we should probably start charging for this shit.
Yeah, that's our strength. That's our strength.
Ownership, bitch.
Yeah. But black people form from business. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
niggas cool with not having nothing, bro.
Business ain't in them 4 elements, bitch.
Yeah, business not in the elements.
Business is not in the elements.
Yeah, that's
business
true.
is not in one of those elements.
We gotta add that. We gotta add that to the pile. We gotta start adding that.
Ownership matters, man.
But like,
niggas
look at
math.
anything. Like, if it wasn't for black people, like you wouldn't have Apple Music. You wouldn't have a lot of these conveniences because we was taking stuff. Like, okay, we like rap music. We gonna download. Like, what song? Remember was that one record that was like the most legally downloaded record of all time? And it was like a rap record. I can't remember what record it was, but
I remember hearing something about that. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, niggas cool with like not having structure. Yeah, and that's the one thing that other cultures do. They take something that we have, like chicken wings. Like, I never forget, my grandma took me to the grocery store when I was a kid, and she was like, white people love chicken wings, bro, but back when I was a kid, they wouldn't even eat them because there wasn't enough meat on them. But now you got Hooters, you got Wingstop, you got, because they take things that black people create, like Hush Puppies, and just mass produce them. So, okay, y'all like trap music?
Commerce, the greatest European weapon of all fucking time, bro. Bitch. That's their fucking weapon, bitch.
They like,
commerce,
you like trap music? We gonna make trap music. We gonna take a piece of rap culture, make it a whole EDM genre, and make millions. Like,
because niggas know math. Niggas know math, which is why niggas know how to make shit out of anything. That's why anybody that's really good at being what ghetto used to be could damn near be an engineer with training, because that's all it took was just figuring out how to put things together. And music is math. Music ain't nothing but really math. You know what I mean? So niggas are good at math. But business, niggas, contracts, nigga, what? That comes from trade, nigga. Slaves, that come from commerce, nigga. They figured that shit out. Europeans figured that shit out. And they said, you know what? We can put this shit.
Europeans.
The Europeans.
Europeans,
man. Europeans.
It's sad, bro, because John right. Like, the whole Fortnite, all these things, like, they just take, that's the thing, they smart. They don't take the macro. They take these micro pieces. Look at TikTok dances.
Oh, yeah.
They'll take a TikTok dance and blow it up.
They chip away at that
microtransactions.
You know, maybe they use that weapon. Maybe they use that weapon because that's the only way they could survive. Because if they didn't have that, what could they provide? What could they contribute to society?
Right. They do their one thing very fucking well.
And that's the only way they can survive. That's the only way they can survive, because black people can do everything. If those 4 elements of hip hop really are the core elements of what really runs the world, the only way you can survive if you're not of that culture that can do that is by finessing it, really. So white folk are probably the kings and queens of finessing.
The key is black people gotta start coding, bro. You put a paywall behind these apps. They start with DNA.
So
you take that European teacher somewhere else.
All right, final. All right, we go. Last take. What's your last take on 6ix9ine case? Because this has turned into a very educational piece, but we got to move forward, unfortunately.
I think the question is, would you snitch in that situation?
Yes.
With the same circumstances?
Yes.
Me?
That's the only way out.
Sorry,
I'm not living in the box.
I'm trying to
come home.
I want to pour my own cereal. I want to make my own sandwiches without worrying about getting.
I can't answer. I'm not a thug, so I wouldn't be in that situation. I can't answer. I wouldn't be in that situation.
No, I'm saying with the same circumstances, would you snitch?
Yeah, he has.
I think most people would.
Same circumstances, I'm snitching.
Snitching, okay? Snitching.
Oh yeah, I'm saying.
I don't just want to like Meek Mill on Twitter like yelling at a judge because he don't like the way he treating like I don't. You gotta snitch. You don't like. You know what I mean? Get out that.
And
bitch.
Meek Mill the same nigga that was on the stand.
Get out that bitch.
Them niggas be crying. Them niggas be crying for it.
Like, this judge doing me dirty. This judge doing me dirty. Like, if you don't snitch, you just take it. And just go to jail. You know what I mean? Keep it straight.
I was snitching since.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Terry, a Republican. Hey, Terry. This nigga's keep it street.
What's the next? What's the next, man?
Call Samantha if you want. I'm snitch. I'm like, man.
Oh my God.
It was Najee Bryant.
I can't get over it.
All right, man. So final topic for tonight. are your biggest winners and losers of the quarantine. So, of course, there's been a ton of content out, been a ton of artists, a lot of content creators put in their best efforts. Right now, we're trying to rank or figure out who you think the winners and the losers are of the quarantine. Would anybody like to start?
Losers, a lot of people that died due to coronavirus.
Whoa, what?
Or winner, depending on what they soul was right. If you believe in the afterlife, in a better place.
Oh, he asked me if I wanted to stay on Earth. Sorry. Go to give me 10 years in prison to go meet Jesus Christ. I might take that prison. Tell you that right now. Because I ain't trying to die, man.
Yeah, I ain't trying to die. I don't know.
Conversation is dark now,
I don't
bro.
know.
What is this?
Mental health is losing.
Get off Call of Duty. Get off Call of Duty. Jesus Christ. You doing too many headshots to be talking like that. Jesus.
This nigga is blood.
I think one of the biggest winners is Tory Lanez.
Yeah,
he's able to flip quarantine rated IG into a business venture with MTV.
Live YouTube show he did, the first one.
Yeah. I think another big winner. I think MJ is a big winner in this one with the documentary. He was able to now. He was like, "Hey, y'all got a chance to get to know me a little more, and see the shit and see that I really was that nigga." You know what I mean? So,
especially now, like while we ain't really got nothing else going on, this is like the most exciting part of the week.
I've never looked forward to a Sunday more than
yeah, that's a fact.
This nigga don't love Jesus.
Whoa.
What is wrong?
Kyrie don't want to.
Kyrie keeping it street.
Kyrie don't want to meet Jesus. You say John though, like
in a state of euphoria.
Oh my God, man! I think one of the biggest winners of this quarantine, or I guess two of the biggest winners, is Timberland and Swizz Beatz, man. This versus thing, as much as I hate some of the matchups, that whole concept is amazing, man. I really have to thank them for. I mean, I don't know if they were the creator of it, but they damn sure getting credit for it. So appreciate them boys, because these versus matches have been very, very entertaining.
Damn. One of the biggest losers, I would say, is
Green Gators, man. Rest in peace to those wings.
Green Gators, bitch.
What is it? Gators dockside?
Yeah, Gators dockside.
Gators dockside.
Green Gators.
Gators dockside. That be closed, boy. Mellow mushroom.
Oh my!
Out of here.
Sweet tomatoes, man.
Sweet tomatoes.
Movie.
They done?
Yeah, Sweet Tomatoes closed, brother.
Damn.
I think one of the winners. The winners were two of the winners. I got Jeff Bezos and Amazon, and then got Adidas and Nike.
Yeah,
and I'm one of the biggest losers, brother. I can't get
I'm one of the biggest losers, bitch. Niggas out beating my ass, bitch. Shit.
I ain't hit on nothing, boy. Golly.
Yeah, but I've been doing most of because I was supposed to be in Atlanta right now, so I was low key. We've been furnishing an apartment in Atlanta all via Amazon, so like I can't really be too upset about the news with like Jeff Bezos being. I'm like, oh shit. Man.
My thing is, why is everybody mad at Jeff Bezos? Why?
Because they broke. They broke.
They mad.
Niggas broke. My thing is, I order groceries from Amazon.
I get it.
Nuts.
No, y'all are Republicans.
I can't be mad at
that. I get it, but at the same time, it's like right now I need Amazon, bro. Like,
yeah,
you can't get mad if a business does really well in a time of like crisis. Some businesses will do well. You know what I mean?
Well, he's not a trillionaire now. He's
everybody's point. Who's mad? They've been mad. Everybody that's been mad.
They've been mad.
Has been mad about this.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, they forecasted him 2026, I think, or 2026.
Granted, of course, he's been successful in a time where like unemployment is sky high. You know what I mean? So I understand that. Like, hell, if I wasn't working and I'm not able to do whatever, I'll probably be looking at this motherfucker like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
They was mad already. They was mad already, but it damn sure got amplified. But
yeah,
he's definitely a winner. Okay,
winner for sure.
I think any Sony has and Xbox probably got more subscriptions since this went down, bitch.
They can't keep headphones on the shelf. Can't keep headphones on the shelf.
Can't keep them, bitch. Cannot keep them, bitch. Land court,
Activision, Activision.
I went and got the Call of
nigga. Hey, I'm about to get a hard drive so I can get some more games, nigga.
What?
Yeah.
No, like, for real.
That was life changing, bro. Honestly,
I've reinvigorated my love for video games. It's just like, I fucking love this shit, but this shit is amazing.
Bro, I got computer games, Pat. I got PlayStation games. I got phone games.
Play Elder Scrolls,
bro.
Yeah.
I play Elder Scrolls. Bro, look at me. I look crazy. I play Elder Scrolls. Like,
Netflix is a winner. Netflix is a winner. Hulu's a winner.
Shit, Disney the loser, bitch.
Jergens is a winner.
That Disney Plus ain't hitting at all, bro.
Yeah, Disney. Like,
and they had to push their movies back. Like, damn, man. Shit, man. Yeah, I don't know any other winners or losers.
I mean, Zoom, and then who else winning right now?
Walmart,
Instacart,
IG.
yeah, Walmart for sure. I definitely get my groceries from Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah, I say IG too. Cause I've gotten so much like underground music just from like sponsorships on my stories, bro.
I thought he was from the snitch on himself.
I done been on Reddit 3 times a day.
OnlyFans is winning for sure.
OnlyFans. Which it's not making sense to me. Like OnlyFans don't make sense to me because it's like you would think that because people ain't really making that much money, you know what I mean? That they would be.
That much.
I'm always at $6.
I'm telling you, I got $3. I got $3 for titties any fucking day.
Because I guess, hey man, pussy is something that is need at this point, and either we need to see it or feel it. We gonna pay for it. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for it.
The losers are women without OnlyFans.
The losers are women without. How much money y'all spent, man? Give it up. Give it up to the people, man. They want to know.
I spent $30. I spent 20 by accident. I spent 10, and then I clicked the message, and I didn't know when I clicked it, $20 was gone. I was like, oh, might as well share this in the group chat. Fuck it. But
hey, $30. Want to be honest?
Pretty bad, man. I done bought some shoes at Ross with these motherfuckers, bitch. I definitely bought some. I bought a couple pair of outlet slides with these motherfuckers.
Speaking of Ross, I might have to get a hazmat suit because they finna have them deals.
Oh yeah,
I'm about to rack up on basketball shoes, bro.
I can't wait, bitch. We got one on Bruce down. We got 2 on Bruce down.
Two on Bruce.
Fucking wait. Can't wait. I don't know which one I want to hit first.
I'm gonna hit Ross and Marshall.
The Airbnbs might be done, bitch. They lost like a motherfucker, man.
You said DDs?
Airbnbs.
Really?
The hotel's still open, but they made all the Airbnbs close down.
Yep.
Which is kind of fucked up.
It's not, because they're not even like
it is. You can't let motherfuckers.
Real homes. They're like houses.
I mean, Airbnb. That's what hotel is. Hotel is worse. Smaller confinement. Them motherfuckers ain't going just to clean them motherfuckers for real. They change them sheets.
Run them bitches through hot water. Run them cups through hot water, bitch, and just
AMC might be a loser too, man. The movie theaters. I don't know if movie theaters gonna be the same.
Amazon gonna come through and say that, bitch.
Yeah, either Amazon or Disney. They're not gonna let that. They're not gonna let that die.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They made a good amount of money with the movies, but it's still realistically, I'm not paying $20 to watch the movie at the crib.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nope.
I need that whole experience. I need to feel that motherfucker.
Yeah.
When I go to the movies.
What's up with you and feeling, man?
Yeah, bro. This man
his
wild,
feelings,
bro.
man. Oh, T, what up?
What's happening?
Oh, she can't hear us, can you?
Hey.
Famous appearance.
Yeah.
Oh, T, plug your radio. Plug.
Plug your radio.
Your damn radio.
Promote yourself. Promote yourself.
Oh, no.
I don't get it.
Shit.
Thomas, if he had a red hat on, he'd like to do it. Like, that's racism? I need more of that racism.
like the nigga that do the reptile noise. Oh.
You still has a Reddit. Fuck you over the watch that, man.
Hey, take me out. Hey, Patrick. Edit me out. You want beats, brother? Help me. Help us.
That's a sick bargaining chip, boy.
Oh my God. I ain't mixing nothing. Oh,
Oh my God.
Hey, let's rap.
All right, everybody. Thank you for rocking with us for episode 1 of the group chat. Be sure to subscribe to everything on Opinionated. Group chat is brought to you by Opinionated. Thank you for rocking. Everything else, I don't know what to say.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, I'm telling you, you went out.